This is Abbreviated Elevator Pitch, the only podcast pitching fake travel movies from across the globe. I'm Alan Yatto, and we are here on Zoom and in studio for a little quick chat about traveling the world.
Okay, we're rolling. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What are we doing here? Seriously.
Pitch Nation. Are you out of your fucking mind over there? Oh my god, he is. He's demented.
Now I'm domesticated, baby.
Ow! First,
Don't get
let
your
me
fingers
say,
too close to my mouth. Sorry.
I don't know which camera to look at. I'm gonna look at the one because there's nobody in here except for me and Tanner, which is the majority of the podcast. But it feels like we have a great hold tonight. Here on Elevator Pitch tonight, this is a State of the Union. All right, we want to address.
We want to say
allegations.
Will Peters' address.
What?
So go ahead.
You want to?
I'll find it.
I'm
you
not.
tell
No,
them.
no, don't. So what we want to do here tonight. Welcome back to Elevator Pitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's an important part. God, we fall apart without him.
Is we just want to be upfront and honest with Pitch Nation and let you know what's going on with us. Okay, you'll notice that you haven't heard that sweet, silky voice that you typically hear at the top of the episode, Matt Lignato. Matt is in a European country. I'm not sure which one currently.
Will, Tanner, what up? I'm coming at you live on tape from Paris, France, of all places. I'm out here with a few friends doing some traveling, aura maxing, obviously. And we're making it happen, but we still got to keep the pitches alive. So yeah, let's rock. Let's do this. Let's get some travel movies out in the ether, on the Spotify waves, up on the YouTube. All right, here we go.
But he is abroad.
Hey, don't say that about my friend.
He's a dirty broad. And he's going to be on the road for the next several weeks. And I am going to be acting in a movie. With former guest of the pod,
Penis
friend of the
Parker.
pod, not Penis Parker, who's never been on. We've asked him so many times. Ben Oliphant. And the folks over at Boxfort are making a new film called I Hate It Here. You can find out all the great good info about the movie. Hey, wake up. This is a movie I'm in. If it was another movie, you could go right to sleep. This is my livelihood. This movie, you can find all about it at the link in the bio.
Man,
I don't know where.
do you want to do another take of that?
I don't know where links go. This movie is going to be really exciting. It starts this Saturday, which it will have been 2 days ago when this episode comes out. So we hope it went well. We're underway with production here in LA.
Do you want to try the one where you die on Saturday on an onset accident, a la...
Will was a good man. Yeah, sure. Let me do a take where I'm dead. If I'm dead, this episode actually would still get released because I scheduled them ahead of time. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah, so me and Matt are going to be unavailable for the next couple weeks, and Tanner wanted to do a solo pod, kind of really get into the nitty gritty of life, liberty, and
The pursuit of swapping spit with bitches. Nah, cut that out.
no, I'm keeping that. But we won't let him do it because of stuff like that. So we are going. The feed is going dark for the month of August. Hello.
You know what I've realized already?
Yeah.
Is my fear It's happened maybe like 4 times on the pod
Yeah.
where Matt like has like he gets angry at me what feels like for real.
Yeah.
And my fear of him getting angry at me is really the only thing standing between us and absolute madness.
Matt is sending us a pitch for a fake travel movie. Once again, this is the only podcast that pitches fake travel movies.
Yeah. Oh, that's how we started out.
Welcome back to Elevator Pitch.
A picture podcast where only 5 seconds go by. See, this is the kind of stuff we need
good.
Matt for.
He is going to submit a pitch to us. We've not heard it yet. It will be arriving stateside in the morning. He sent it via disc. And I'm going to put that in to the edit. You will all hear it. We will not.
We're not doing anything to prove ourselves as important parts of this podcast.
I know. I don't know that we're that important to it. What we offer is purely, let's say, looks on your end, and let's say brains on Matt's end,
And a couple of stinkers on your hands. Every podcast needs a punching bag.
Travel movies are there's a lot of great ones out there. You guys ought to check them out.
I just watched Euro Trip not too long ago.
I did as well. I watched it this week. That is actually Matt's one recommendation to me was to watch Euro Trip.
So maybe that's what he's doing?
Is having a Euro trip
Well, for specifically like a
to
girl.
meet a girl.
I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I honestly,
Mike?
that's a little peek behind the curtain. I don't really know that much about Matt.
Huh.
I mean,
How does that make you feel?
bad. He seems like he would be awesome. He seems like the type of guy that like,
You don't want to get too close to Matt.
why?
I don't know.
Improv. No, but
I only passed one class at the Groundlings. All right, I didn't go any further. It was too expensive.
fair. Until like probably about 3 months ago, I thought when people said they were backpacking across Europe, I thought it meant they were walking across Europe. So I always thought that was really impressive.
I think that too when they say that.
They're not. They're saying that they have a backpack with all their stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
And they're getting on this because like Europe is way better set up like for because they have like a union over there. They're not like us in Mexico where one country's really mean to the other.
He wants to get into it now.
But they like, they're all like friends except for Northern Ireland, but they're not part of the EU. Right. So basically, he's probably riding a train through all the cool places in Europe. He probably has like a track set out.
Okay.
So if he's actually backpacking Europe, he'll probably go to all the shit. We'll see pictures and they'll be right here.
Well, we don't have them yet. We won't have them by Monday.
How long is he going to be gone for?
To like,
Dude, podcast about guys talking about another guy who's gonna backpack across Europe. Now that's
cool.
Hi, welcome back to Elevator Pitch, the only podcast where a guy walks across Europe in a little bit, and we'll talk about it before he does it. Fuck. See, it's fucking whatever. It's fucking hate.
This is why you're the best at what you do. Nobody can just riff like you just did.
Yeah, I can.
And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass.
Yeah, you are.
I'm serious. Hey, you're the best. He comes back early September. I will be done shooting end of August, so we'll presumably come back just in time for
The just-in-time reboot.
Oh wow, that seems like a cool movie. Beginning of September kicks off with a bang with The Conjuring: Last Rites, a movie we will certainly not cover.
I hate scary movies. Do you like scary movies?
Yeah. And I'm going to see Weapons
Is that scary?
tomorrow. It's supposed to be scary. Yeah.
I did
From
not-
the sick, twisted mind of Zach Kreger.
The guy
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he died.
No, that was the other guy. That was the other guy from WKUK, which is very sad.
Cook.
From Cook. Zach is still doing it. He's got his new movie in theaters this weekend, Weapons. I would love to do an episode on it next week. We will not do one. We might spend that first week in September talking about what we missed. How do you like that?
Boo.
All right, we'll shake it up. We'll do something else. September is really...
Do the Austin Powers movies. Oh, I've seen all those. We could do that.
Who said that? Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Oh, I thought there was some guy in here.
Nope.
Yeah, all right.
No, but callback.
Very good. I like Austin Powers. Yeah, we'll spend 2 weeks talking Austin Powers.
Dude, I like the idea of this being a movie podcast.
Yeah,
and
all right.
You could clip out that one moment of like, yeah, I've seen the Austin Powers movies.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, pretty funny stuff. Yeah, I like it's a good spoof. Guy who just learned what a spoof is. Yeah, it's a pretty good spoof. Those three. Those are probably three of my favorite spoofs.
He's just trying to fit it into everywhere he can.
What are some of your favorite spoofs?
Oh man, probably Win Dixie, Win Donald's. Guy who's still kind of finding his footing in what a spoof is.
Win Dixie, Win Donald's. Yeah, I guess that was a pretty good spoof. I haven't actually seen. I don't know if I've seen that one actually.
Oh, fuck.
I just wait. I think I'm getting a call from the future. Hello.
Win Dixie, Win Donald's.
Oh, sorry. Let me put you on hold. I get another call. It's from Spotify. Apparently, we broke Spotify with this episode.
Apparently, Joe Rogan just died in a plane crash.
So the top spot is up for grabs. All right.
They called you.
I don't know. It's a thing I do now.
Avenue?
I'm cutting that. That's my address. Okay, I'm cutting that out. Well, I'll probably keep it in and bleep it. I really like to explain the methodology behind the podcast.
Keep it in and see if anybody shows up. And if they do, they watch to this point. And thank you.
Yeah, seriously, I'll give you like a beer. Guy who just found out what beers are.
I'm probably gonna drink a spoof with my friends.
I think me and my buddies were gonna go check out the new spoof in theaters. Maybe we have a couple of beers before.
Man,
See what that does to us.
I know you're describing a fake guy. He sounds fucking awesome.
I'd love to catch a spoof with some dudes. Should we talk about Eurotrip for like a couple minutes?
Fuck it.
Fuck it, I don't care.
I think that okay, so if we're actually going to talk Eurotrip.
Yeah. I watched it for the first time this week ever.
Me too.
Per Matt's rack.
Me too 3 weeks ago before Matt recommended it.
Wow. Just because?
Dude, I don't know if you've noticed.
You just watch whatever.
I come in every day. I just watch the first thing. That's what my talent is in a movie watching on the couch setting, is I will truly go on to HBO Max, look at the first thing and be like, yeah, I'll watch that. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
And I see some great stuff that way. I saw that Tom Hanks movie where he's the rich
John
kid.
Candy?
John Candy, Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah, a movie that I didn't know existed until you watched it.
And I recommend it.
What was it called? Do you remember?
The General or something. I don't remember. It's definitely not Charlie Chaplin or whatever the fuck's the General, but you can say his name because I know you want to. The guy that stars in The General.
Oh, Buster Keaton?
Bango. Thank you.
You want to do 50 minutes on Buster?
Pitch a movie to Buster Keaton. It's going to be all quiet the whole time. There's going to be vaudeville actors and shit. Sorry, I know you don't like cussing.
Sorry, oopsie. It's called Volunteers.
The Volunteers.
The movie you watched.
That's another great... Why do we got to box ourselves into a movie about white kids traveling? Let's do a movie about white early 20-year-olds traveling because of the army. I think that's a great travel movie because what is a travel movie other than you should be exploring a culture in a travel movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's why RV movies in America are so great.
Like RV with Robin Williams.
Like RV with Robin Williams is actually a really bad example of what I'm trying to say.
Barry Sonnenfeld's last classic film.
Really?
He directed it.
That was his last classic film or his last film?
It definitely wasn't his last film because I know he did 9 Lives with Kevin Spacey.
Which was a cultural mark for me.
Really?
Me and like 30 people were so excited for that movie because it looked, as everyone thought, just ridiculous and bad. And I was like, I can't believe they're actually releasing this in movie theaters. But I guess since movie theaters are going to be around forever, then
Let's just put one of these in there. Why don't we make a few of these?
But me and like 30 people went and saw it in theaters and caused an absolute ruckus.
Sure.
And the only other people in there were old people and little kids. And little kids, I'm like, okay, I'll forgive you. You don't know what quality is yet. Old people?
You should have found something else to do.
I mean, truly.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
To be even an old lady and be like, I like cats. It's like, yeah, but
Not this one.
not this cat.
This cat can talk.
You don't want a cat that can talk.
You want a cat that can sit.
You want a cat that can sing. Actually, that movie is pretty bad too. But Euro Trip is another good movie. Because, dude, it literally, this is what I think about travel. And I'm kind of an expert on this as somebody who lived in a van for a long time.
Yes, you have traveled our great states.
You can watch all of it
On YouTube.
on YouTube. It's really hard to find.
So good luck.
Good luck.
Link is in the bio. Who the hell was that?
What? Travel is a lot like Star Wars is a travel movie.
Yeah.
And I
That
think
is true.
that's what's so interesting about Star Wars is that George Lucas was like, yo, it's crazy that cold shit exists and hot shit exists. And you watch it, you're like, yeah, he gave it like a fresh coat of paint, but it is just so interesting to bounce through environments. And that's where I think that, like, what is that one famous van movie called with Three Billboards lady? Margaret O'Donnell.
Nomadland.
Yes, Nomadland. I think where that one totally kind of falters is that it sticks in the same spot the whole time. And I get it. I've seen the movie. I know that it's because of financial reasons.
Yeah, come on.
But that's just a really uninteresting story to tell in that setting, in my opinion. I say, I do it.
Well, the 2021 Oscars would disagree with you.
Clearly.
The other nominees weren't available that year, but it was just like a weak year.
Was that the one where
Kind of
they
a COVID
fucked
joke.
up?
No, that was it was 2016 or whatever. La La Land, Moonlight,
Have you seen all the Oscars?
like all of them.
Yeah.
There's like 96 of those. I wasn't alive for a ton of them.
Have you seen all the Oscars flubs?
Yeah.
I think that some of those have created some. Go ahead, talk.
I have nothing to say.
You don't have anything to say about your
I was
trip?
clearing my throat.
No. I'm saying that we should probably get back onto travel movies.
Oh, I don't care. Brother, we're on the open road right now. We're stopping wherever we please.
I think that one of the things that's very interesting about travel movies to me is the fact that they change all of these like locations and everything. And I feel like if you're a person that feels like you live a pretty like bog standard life, you go to work, you go to the mall with your friends, you do a ritual or two.
You watch a spoof here and there.
Maybe you take a couple of beers with your friends to a spoof. Okay. I think that travel is a really interesting way to put yourself kind of prosthetically, might not be the word, but to put yourself in a movie-esque situation where like you don't have all the comforts of home. So you're kind of, what is that first part of a movie that they talk about? It's like the Into the Great Unknown. So you kind of are doing that. And there's easy ways to do it. Like you can go to the Bahamas and just like hang out at a hotel. But, you know, you're still away from your friends and your family and you got to get on a plane, all that stuff. But I think that that's why I like a Euro trip.
Yeah.
RV with Robin Williams.
Sure.
Still a bad example.
We don't need to duck an RV.
But I just think that that's such a good way to make yourself the main character of an unfolding plot.
You can get really wrapped up in it real quick.
It's
Love seeing the great world out there.
It's awesome. Like it truly, and like you standing at the precipice of a maybe less visited national park, just looking out at like an open plain. It's like actually like that moment in a movie when someone looks out that you watch and you don't really think about it, but they're like, wow, it's mystical, it's magical.
Yeah.
Benson Boone reference.
Yeah. Thank you.
It has like an actual, like, you're like, whoa, this is insane. Which I think is the most powerful part about travel movies. I think I was inspired a lot by travel movies. Nomadland was huge for me.
Yeah.
I don't even like that movie.
Yeah, that would have been like right around,
Yeah.
like right before you set off to the great beyond.
That came out. I spent a week camping in the Smokies. And then I went, I'm going to buy a van. I have an Instagram video or a TikTok video where I was super high on mushrooms.
Nice.
And I looked like I was high on mushrooms.
I'm sure you can't tell.
Go ahead and throw it up right here. Go ahead and put a link to it down in the description.
God.
Where I, like, probably 5 months before I set out, I was really high on mushrooms, and I was like, I'm going to buy a van, and I'm going to fucking drive across the country. Just you fucking watch.
You prophesized.
I prophesized.
Yeah.
And so the prophet speaks.
All hail! Good for you.
And then I did it. And I
Yeah.
mean, dude, I think you should do it.
I would love to. I mean, I've driven across the country, and that's what's interesting about. I mean, in regards to like a travel movie, is that you can travel all over the U.S., but then with Eurotrip, you can travel all over Europe. Now they're mainly backlots and sound stages, but still, it looks incredible. And you know, there's all different types of travel because I mean, as soon as you leave home, hey, if you're driving to work, aren't you traveling a little bit?
I'm traveling a lot, actually. You're traveling even more.
I travel across this whole city every day. But it's funny. Like there's so many different types of travel movies, but within America, like I've driven across the states from Tennessee to California a couple times, and it's always wonderful. It's always great. Like I would love to spend more time like where I wasn't connected to anything, where it was like I didn't have like a specific endpoint in mind, or it wasn't like I had like a time I had to be back. Like if you could just kind of meander about a little bit through, and I know a few people that a friend of the pod, Noah Marger, was here a couple weeks ago. He did a whole grand trip through America during COVID, and yours was that was really kind of the time. That was when the open road was calling.
I mean, I grew up in Florida. I was in Florida during COVID. So COVID, as far as I'm concerned, is something that you and Matt have made up.
It did not happen.
But during that time, like, though it was like pretty lax in Florida, there were still like a couple of rules. And the rest of the country was all locked down. And I mean, there really was never a better time to be like, I was right out of college. I was like, yeah, I'd probably afford to buy a van and install solar panels and beds in it. Fuck it, whatever. And then I had two guys I did it with.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, sure, why not? So I think, and to go back to Eddington, I think that though Eddington made a movie that I super relate to, I think that COVID time, like if I've started to think about movies the way that you guys are clearly thinking about them before you write them and pitch them and stuff, where it's a lot about like, who's a guy that would be interesting to follow during a time in an interesting situation. And I think COVID is chock full of those people.
Yeah.
Like, the whole world changed for like 4 years, maybe 3 years. You know, the time period.
It's hard to say.
Again, I still don't totally believe this is a real thing.
And I've got your word on that. I've quoted you many a time on this.
But I feel like that Euro trip was Just to bring it back.
Way to go.
Good.
How does he do it?
Just by saying Euro trip. That's
Sure.
pretty much it. Cool. But what are other good ones?
You know, travel movies to me are different than road movies. Road movies being like a Before Sunrise or like a Sideways or something where it's two people kind of locked literally on the road in a car, kind of give off a different energy, a Thelma and Louise, if you will. I do love these, but a travel movie to me is more like going and placing yourself in a completely different destination, a la Diane Lane, under the Tuscan sun. And that's kind of that like fish out of water, romanticizing, you know, meeting a foreign love, kind of being a horse with no name out there. Some of my favorites, you know, obviously Before Sunrise is a generational one. Ethan Hawke being that kind of 90s alternative flannel wearing figure, you know, taking that kind of like American idealized 90s kind of attitude, putting it into Europe when he's on a train, he's reading a novel, meets Julie Delpy. I mean, they're in the listening booth. He looks at her, she looks at him, but they both look away. And then they finally, you know, do the deed in a public park, which, you know, I think is chill out here. And then, you know, taking that and sobering it up in Before Midnight and, you know, having Before Sunset be kind of that kind of like explosion of like, holy shit, they do get together. It's dope. I'm going to turn that off. The other ones, I mean, some of my favorites, Euro Trip, which I forced Will to watch. I hope you've talked about it. I mean, dude, Fred Armisen saying "scoozy" and assaulting them on the train is something that is simultaneously of poor taste and of the best taste at the same time. I do like when they go to, where do they go? Like Bratislava, and they give a guy like 25 cents and he slaps the owner of a hotel and decides to buy it for himself. Eurotrip's just a fun one. R.I.P. Michelle Trachtenberg. Really, really funny movie. Sort of a travel movie, but not the same type of romanticized energy as Up in the Air, a Jason Reitman classic. I love Up in the Air. I'm not sure necessarily why. No one really likes it as much as I do. But I do love George Clooney kind of just carving out his own office within Terminal A and Terminal B and Terminal C of airports all across this great nation. You know, Des Moines isn't necessarily Milan, but you know, he still kind of has that travel energy to him and that kind of man in a crowd and anonymity. You know, that's kind of what we're getting at there. Lost in Translation's all about that too. Obviously, Japan kind of having its own corner of the I'm going to find myself and fill in the blank energy. Bill Murray's kind of that perfect person to stare into the distance. And I guess maybe Gravity in its own way is a travel movie, you know? Sandra Bullock did not want to go on that journey, but she took it in stride. And I think we should all be pretty proud of her and Alfonso Cuarón and George Clooney for letting that happen for her. Will, I'm sure you got some other ones. I guess a road movie-ish that might be a travel movie too is one that we've seen together. Wim Wenders' Alice in the Cities, which is a really awesome kind of hybrid between German and American kind of urban cultures in the 70s. Wim Wenders being kind of a legend at kind of just shooting people on the street and making it feel dumbass poetic. But yeah, this is a conversation that we should have longer when I'm not in another place.
For some reason, Ben Stiller's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is the one that like pops up all the time, which is a movie that I think is like totally pleasant, enjoyable.
I watched that at Zach's grandparents' house when I was living in the van.
Wow.
Yeah. They were just like, you guys are living in a car? You should check out Walter Mitty. And I was like, now that's an Indiana accent if I've ever heard one.
He's got this whole secret life. Nobody knows about it.
He's an imaginary character. He made up by Ben Stiller. He's the son of Jerry Stiller. Jerry Stiller kind of talks like this.
Do you think we could go on the road with this ourselves? Like kind of a two-man thing, Ben Stiller, Jerry Stiller thing?
Let's cut Matt out.
Shit, all right, fuck it. The Matt's out of the pod, all right?
Well, Matt's out of the Jerry Stiller, Ben Stiller road show that we're doing.
Sure.
But he can still be a part of the pod.
The Stillers. Meet the Stillers. Yeah. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, I feel like, is a big one. Obviously, the 3 big ones I think of that are like kind of, and they're baked into the idea of traveling, and then kind of like the most ideal version of traveling, while also representing just like absolute heartbreakers, like the Before trilogy, like Before Sunrise being like this, young, idyllic American boy sets off to America, and he's like, or sets off to Europe, and he's like, I wonder what I'll find, and he finds love. Okay, he finds true love, but he lets it get away. Oh, and he comes back to France. What does he find? He finds that love again. Before midnight, he goes to Greece. He found the love. He kept the love, and now he's about to lose the love. Yeah, it hits hard, and those movies, especially if you're gonna have a travel movie in Europe, Europe, I think objectively is just like such. I mean, it's in terms of its architecture and its scenery, it is so much more fascinating than America, just because it's so much older.
Sorry, I cut that part out of the podcast because that was a nasty opinion.
Wow. What if they kept it in the edit and they just heard it?
Europe.
Touche. I love the open plains of America. There's a ton of beautiful American land out there to see, but in terms of like buildings and like the villages of Europe, like it just feels, it's so much older than America is, in the sense of like they've kept some semblance of civilization. America has kind of reinvented itself multiple times through horrible cruelty that we can get into here. I know you would like to. All right, we'll just move on then.
No, I'm trying to find. I think that's kind of maybe this is what the pod is.
Okay.
My ideal road trip movie, the one that like speaks the most to me, is, and I was trying to find the name of it.
Okay.
But the motorcycle one, where the guys are just on motorcycles.
Oh, Easy Rider?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's my ideal one, and I know I spoke earlier about how some movies don't travel far enough, like a Nomadland. And I think that Easy Rider kind of is in that vein a little bit, where they kind of stay, I think, in like the South.
Mm-hmm. Southwest and South, yeah.
But I think Easy Rider is huge. Like that, because I think a travel movie should make you want to travel.
Yeah.
It should make you go, whoa.
There's something out there.
There's something out there that I got to find. And Easy Rider kind of perfectly represents like kind of what because that one Before Sunrise, After Sunrise trilogy taking place in Europe, I think is cool. But the problems that they're introduced to in that movie, I'm not relating to that.
You're not looking for
I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for
bottle of wine and an open park at 3 a.m.
I'm looking for a bottle of Heineken and a fight at a bar. Like that's the kind of stuff
You're looking for a Belgian brew.
I'm looking for a Belgian brew.
Okay.
Interesting. In America still.
Right. In Arkansas.
Yeah. But I think those are the type of movies I like. I like the ones, the travel movies that I like are the one. I love American travel movies. I think great. America is, with the national park system, and I also agree with your point that we've lost a lot of that like old time culture.
They've just whittled it to the bone.
But we're also, to your point, we're not that old.
No. In terms of not like we're a pretty young country here.
Yeah. I mean, now we're just kind of getting to the point where we've got some stuff.
Yeah. Like SoFi Stadium.
Or like the Sphere.
Or like this office.
Or like my house.
Like Cha-Cha Chicken.
Like what? Street. I don't know. What makes... Is it just old houses? What makes a country feel like it's old?
I mean, when you watch Euro Trip...
Matt's gonna love this.
I'm just imagining Matt listening to this episode. What the fuck did you guys record?
I'm telling you, man. It is. I'm not. I'll say it right now.
Yeah.
And this is something we talked about the other day. Mm-hmm. When you first came to me with the idea for doing a podcast, I was like, sure.
Whatever, fuck it.
I was like, I'll do a podcast with you. And you're like, no, I want to do it with my friend. And I'm like,
Thanks. That's really nice of you to call me that.
we just met a couple days ago. And now we've been doing it for
A year and a half.
a year and a half.
Yeah. I think my final point on travel movies, to really put a button on this whole thing, and to put out a hope for Matt on his travels, his silent travels away from us. One of my favorite things about travel movies, and one of my favorite filmmakers who I think is so good at, capturing the road and different areas to go to, is Wim Wenders, who, like so many of his movies, don't roll your eyes. He's a good director. He's for the people, of the people.
That's actually the name of my YouTube channel.
For the people. See, and that's why I did that. So, yeah, check out For the People to see Tanner's own road films.
Yeah, look up For the People, the pirate episode. Now keep going with Wim Wenders.
Wim Wenders, so many of his movies. I mean, he has the Road trilogy, Alice in the City, Wrong Turn, Kings of the Road, I believe. He also has Until the End of the World, which is a great movie. It's insane to imagine that movie being made, and all four of these movies are about travel in some sense, and mainly through Europe. But Until the End of the World goes everywhere. It's truly like a globe-trotting, like epic. Honestly, it's amazing. You would hate it. Just want to get that out there. But what he does so well in his movies that I think is what makes a travel movie is he is such a master of detail, and he is able to capture locations in their real being in a lot of ways. So when you're watching Alice in the City from 1970, whatever, and you're watching them travel.
Don't act like you don't know.
I don't know. I think it's like, let's say 76, but I don't know if you want to look it up. You're watching them travel through Europe and through these towns. It's like, it's transportive. It's amazing. And you feel like you're like, it feels almost more like documentary. 74. Fucking stupid. It almost feels like more documentarian than it does like a narrative film, just because of how lifelike and lived in these movies are.
That's kind of how Easy Rider feels.
Yeah, totally. And I think that is that, and that's what makes me want to travel, is to see like, we're like, wow, they're not only is like, oh, that's a pretty little city right there. That's a cool little building. It's like to see something where it's like, that's an entirely different universe almost. That's like an entirely different existence.
It's like Star Wars.
Than I know. Yeah. That's Hoth. That's Tatooine.
Okay, not that much like Star Wars.
It's Snow Planet. No, but it feels like you're like, wow, that like it's like you can see the similarities, but it's like, I don't know this. I don't know this day to day that these characters live. And with a Wim Wenders movie, or I think Kelly Reichardt's really good at this. She has like a lot of her movies are about like journeys through America. They have like such a keen eye for detail that makes these places come to life, kind of pop off the screen where you're like, man, what am I doing? Well, I should go travel. And I think that's kind of also like inherently a part of independent filmmaking too. So many independent filmmakers, set out to, let's get out of LA. Let's make a movie out where nobody cares, where they're not going to care about, they're not going to permit us. They're like, you're making a movie here. And like, there's such this sense of like going out just to like the desert and shooting scenes for movies and being like, this is awesome.
This is a tauntaun.
Holy shit, that's a tauntaun. I think there's something like, and it's the same with writers, like, Jack Kerouac's On the Road is certainly a book that I think has really not aged well in many ways, but is incredibly fascinating to read a book written by a guy that did just spend his entire life bouncing all around America and just like detailing it. And for like 70 pages, you're like, wow, this is so fascinating. And then for the rest of it, you're like, God, wrap it up, man. There's no story here. But like, so there's just like this inherently, and I think in a lot of like upstart artists or, you know, independent artists, you know, and artists trying to fight back against the grain, you know?
Yeah.
There's this call to be out there and to be like just stealing shots on the streets or going out there to wherever to make these different stories come to life and to feel real. And I think that's what separates a lot of, you know, independent features or early features, in the sense that like when you can see a filmmaker has a very, very specific vision and a very specific sense of detail and sense of space. That's something that's hard to quantify, but it's like when you see it, you're like, oh, that's really interesting. That's an interesting way to look at this place or these people or whatnot. And so that's what I'd say about travel movies. That's the bow I'd put on it, and that I like. And you know what? I think Eurotrip even has this too. Not to just try to loop Eurotrip into every 5 minutes of conversation, but Eurotrip does have, certainly it has some jokes that, you know, we couldn't do those today. I'm looking at the Hitler joke right in the eye. Do you remember that with the kid just stomping around?
Yeah.
That one's pretty out there. For 2004, not that long ago. But honestly, that's an example of like, we're like, who wrote this joke? What is this joke?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many jokes in that movie where it's like, that's not just like, I mean, to some people that would probably be like extremely low hanging fruit, but there is something about like the dynamic of that scene where it's like, it's like a curiosity of like, what is this movie? Who made this? And none of the stars being relevant past that movie is really interesting. It's, I don't know. Eurotrip.
Again, I think that if you want to put yourself in a movie, travel movies are it kind of sucks that this episode is the most bullshit episode we've ever done.
What do you mean? Haven't you been listening to it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Damn it.
That's my job.
I'm here.
But I think truly travel movies are kind of the only real movies.
Shit.
Because everything else can be filmed on a soundstage. You do, even if you're in the far distant future and you're fighting off the alien rebellion.
Sure.
The alien rebellion. Well, that's actually
Fighting
pretty
off
good.
against like the alien rebellion. Having a spoof. Chucking a beer.
Watching a beanbag do its thing. But I do think that, like you said, independent filmmakers are really into going places.
Yeah.
They love, hey, let's get a camera out in the middle of this place.
Let's just shoot shit. We don't even know what we're shooting.
That's independent filmmakers be like,
Yeah.
no, but yeah, I think travel movies are epic.
Yeah.
Can we go home now,
Yeah.
please?
Matt is going to put a bow on the episode. In total, Matt is going to pitch a travel movie. He thinks I'm pitching one as well.
Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. You think I'm going to pitch a movie on Elevator Pitch, the only podcast that pitches fake travel movies to no one? Because we're going home.
This is a spoof of a podcast.
Hey, you want to go home and have some beers?
No.
Good answer. Matt,
Hydra.
whoa. Matt is gonna pitch a movie. I'm gonna insert it here.
Here is my pitch. Let's fucking do it. Let's rock. All right. Tanner, Will. Oh, it's so good to be here with you guys. This is what I'm gonna go with. All right. Like I said, travel movies, it's all about romanticizing being John Doe, being a man who no one knows is there, being a fly on the wall, learning more about yourself by the fact that no one knows who you are. So that's why I want to make a movie that takes all of these tropes, of these expectations, of these hopes, and puts a little dark twist on it. This is a high concept thriller that's basically like Unknown meets Before Sunrise. Unknown with Liam Neeson, fire movie. This movie's called John Doe. All right. A down on his luck writer takes a spur of the moment trip to Italy, spending his days aimlessly roaming by the countryside on trains, sparking inspiration in the most insufferable and overwrought ways possible. He's before sunrise maxing, if you will. Then he meets Isabella. She's played by Celeste de la Porta from Partenope. Is that how you pronounce it? Partenope, I think that is. And Isabella, beautiful Italian woman who takes quite an interest in Graham, our writer. Forgot to say that. She's infatuated with him. Why is she so infatuated with him? Well, he learns that she's not just meeting him, she's convinced that they're in love with each other, and they've had a sweeping romance in the past. That's kind of weird. But he goes with it. Obviously, he goes with it, and he doesn't tell her otherwise. But before soon, other moments from his past pop up that he's not aware of. He's charged with a crime he did not commit. And he must then save Isabella from a rival assassin. A rival assassin? Am I even an assassin, Graham thinks to himself? What is going on here? Obviously, similarly kind of to like Michael Douglas in The Game, Graham discovers what he is not supposed to, that there is a glitch in the matrix, if you will, in the reality. It turns out that he has paid Stanley Tucci, who plays a guy named Ebert, to erase the portion of his memory where he pays him to do this thing. And Tucci runs this new age travel agency that's basically all about putting together elaborate European journeys, or Asian or wherever journeys, of romance, danger, and justice. He says, hey, I want to live like I'm in the Bourne Identity, Before Sunrise, and Under the Tuscan Sun all at once. Can you do that for me? Tucci goes, yeah, Men in Black, mind erase you, all right? And now you go on your trip and you're going to have this sweeping romance. But unfortunately, it didn't work because, similar to like an Inception type thing, Elordi is brought on to the fact that everyone knows who he is, all right? So this is kind of a thriller, and it's all about like the idea that we are going on vacations, we're going on trips to have new experiences, but every one of these experiences is almost recycled in itself, right? People have stepped in the museums that we have stepped in, down the little quiet Parisian streets that we feel like we're there for the first time. Someone and their mother from Idaho took a photo of them there just yesterday, all right? And it's like, how do we still have these expectations, these romanticized ideas of finding foreign love and discovering ourselves and writing, passages in a journal about who we are and who we're becoming on these trips when people, thousands, millions of people have done it before us. And this is kind of playing on that in kind of a tongue-in-cheek way with kind of a fun thriller that kind of combines elements of like good cable thrillers with that type of like Bourne Identity, I cut her hair in the bathroom, she cuts my hair in the bathroom type, like grunge, hostile European energy, A little Sunrise Maxon, as I said. Does any of this make sense? Anyway, Jacob Elordi is playing Graham Newman. Celeste de la Porta is playing Isabella. Stanley Tucci is playing Ebert. Jean Reno, how old is he? Is he still kicking? Jean Reno from Pink Panther and from what's that one? Leon the Professional with Natalie Portman as a kid. Kind of a creepy movie. But he's gonna play like the like international Europol detective who's kind of like on the hunt after him a little bit. I don't have a director for this. This movie's directed by Doug Liman. Get out there, Doug Liman. Let's make it happen. All right, Doug Liman. Just don't do Roadhouse again. Do this, please. Do this. All right. Anywho, I've been blabbering on. This has been so fun. I'm wearing my Bourne sunglasses right now because I have to go take a burner phone in my hand right now. I got to step on this. There's some calls that we don't need people to see on here. Man, I will see you guys back in September once Will is done acting in his great big movie that he's doing, and I come back stateside. Anyway, peace out, guys. See you on the other side.
And I guess I'll vote on the movie here.
Yeah, which one do you want?
I'm gonna have to go with Will Peters on this one.
Sorry, Matt.
Loser of the week.
A classic Matt stinker. Can we get that going?
No.
All right. We will be back early September. Presumably, we'll talk about weapons. We'll be really late to that conversation.
Yeah. We'll talk about Matt climbing up the Eiffel Tower.
How did he do that? Get down from there. You're so high up there. And yeah. So don't unsubscribe, even though I know every second of this episode has tempted you. Don't do it. Go back, listen to the backlog of episodes, and remember,
Don't brush your teeth ever.
and don't floss.
That shit's gross.
I may not cut a second of this episode.
Good.
Is that a bad idea?
Oh, this is one of those ones you just had to be there for.
I remember that night. August 7th, 2025.
Right after.
Fats Peters, Skinny Roberts, they did an all-night session.
They did the longest podcast that Almost Friday Media had ever seen. Yeah,
Well, we'll see what he does. I already won, but I'm keeping this after the pitches. Have a good night, everyone. Have a great August. You know we won't, because yeah.
Because life's so hard. Things are tough around here.
Life's a spoof until you bear it.
This is going to have the most bows ever.
All right, have a good one.
Me?
Them. I'm looking at them.
Weird to say while you're looking at me.
I can't stop looking at you. And this one.